Today's content is near and dear to my heart. Being a content creator over 40. You've probably heard it. You may have seen it if you're of a certain age. It says, if you're over 40, you need to get on YouTube. So, why is that? Does it give us an advantage for those of us who are in that age group? So, this little test is to see if content geared for certain aged people, in my case, women over 50, would give me some kind of massive influx or some kind of massive growth potential for a brand new channel. And in this case, that's pretty much a solid niche. You've got women over 50, and in my case, I think I had also said single women over 50. So as far as selecting a niche, I thought that part of it was pretty spot on. And we keep hearing that get your butt on YouTube if you're over 40, that somehow there's this inherent advantage that we have over younger content creators because we have life experiences, we kind of know things that they may not, and since the market is kind of geared toward that younger generations on TikTok especially, there's a place on YouTube for those of us of a certain age. It comes from the idea that Gen X and baby boomers and even some old millennials are just clamoring for content, that there's just this unmet need out there, that if you meet that criteria, that somehow magically people are just going to flood to your channel. And so one of the things I wanted to look at while I was doing this experiment was the age factor. So the idea of exploring whether age-related content would give you some type of boost still comes from that original video that I've referenced in the other two sections of this series. The Take My Journeys video, I'm starting a YouTube channel at 62. Am I crazy? So the idea that I'm thinking her video may have taken off because, yes, it was age related. It was right there in her title. She's a boomer, so there's that age group that's probably looking for content, and even people my age may be interested. Gen Xers could also still be interested in whether or not we should start a channel, and yeah, maybe we want to help her out to grow her channel. So I think the logic behind this is if we create content that our age group, our generation, our peers understand, that fills a need. And there's a lot of videos, a lot of content creators out there that just say, that over 40 niche is just taking off. I've seen tons of videos like that. I follow quite a few content creators that reference Gen X things because that's me. I'm a Gen Xer. But does that give them an extra advantage over a, a Gen Z or someone else? So on my regular channel, I did post a video about being over 50 and it took off. It took off. But I had the advantage for this channel is it's established. It's been around for 4 years, and I was in the process, or I'm still in the process, of growing it toward monetization. So I don't know if that played any role into it having a larger footprint than a small channel would have. So when I did the 2 experimental channels, what happened? The main channel that I created for this experiment, the Joyful Midlife Rebellion, was tagged women over 50, empowering women over 50. I know I had some tags in the video. I didn't have any tags in the video, but I did in the video that I made, it had my age in it. So it had the 50, it was 51. I think I put, I'm starting a YouTube channel about midlife women at 51. Am I crazy? I followed her title very closely. So I had the age in there. I had YouTube, being a YouTuber over 50 was in the keywords, and it was also in the tags themselves. It did not give me any inherent boost, and in fact, it didn't help at all. The weird thing about the Joyful Rebellion is that the algorithm picked up the word rebellion for some reason and was sending the content out to the anti-establishment groups. So it didn't pick up midlife, but it picked up rebellion. So it made me wonder what exactly in the algorithm, what does it pick and choose on what it should pick up? Because if you define your niche, and this kind of goes back to the whole idea of picking a niche. If you define your niche as women over 50, but the algorithm somehow picks up on the word rebellion and shoots it out to people that are not anywhere near your niche, why is it so important to pick a niche and to niche down? Niche was very clear on what it was, who it was for, and what the channel was about. So it's really odd, and it made me think more about how important is a niche to a new channel. Because again, the algorithm doesn't know what your niche is. It just is trying to find video for you. And it seems like it only gives you a very, very tiny chance to find that audience. The takeaway for this part of the experiment is that while having a niche is one of the things that everyone talks about, it says how important it is, and targeting your specific audience is important. In the grand scheme of things, the algorithm still doesn't understand who you are when you're a brand new channel. And somehow it may pick it up, like it did in the case of the Take My Journey video, and hit it to the right audience, the age, the 62-year-old people, or it created a curiosity factor that maybe younger people watched because there's this lady that's 61, 62, and she's going to start a new channel. So the age thing may have played some factor into her growth, but it didn't play factor into the channels that I created's growth, even though I had referenced age and the group of women that I was trying to target. So I don't know if relying solely on the age niche is going to help you out at the beginning. Now later on, as you get your mojo working, and you mentioned that, I'm a Gen Xer and I'm going to make a lot of Gen X references, or I want to talk about what it's like to be single and 50, you may get some traction like I did. But again, that was an established channel that I have tried to rebuild, like the Bionic Man. So I'm rebuilding it, and then that way the algorithm had more to go on than just a brand new channel. So again, I don't think this necessarily is your easy and quick answer to growing on YouTube. It might be something you will explore later on when you have a footing and maybe get some people watching your channel and the algorithm starts sending your videos out to more and more people. So do you think there's an advantage to us Gen Xers, baby boomers, and old millennials? Do we have an inherent advantage with content, or is this just another smoke and mirrors? Do you think it's something that you can rely on to grow your channel, or is it something that is nice to have, but I wouldn't put all of my eggs in that basket? I'm kind of in that category. Especially on this channel, I'm going to do, and I'm trying to do, some age-related content, but this is an established channel that that gets views. So eventually I'll find my audience. At a new channel, I think it would be very frustrating if I was putting out that content on the regular on that new channel and getting 10 impressions and no views, video after video after video. And I would say, heck with that. There's no need for these videos out there. So I think you just have to be really careful. At least that's my 2 cents. And that, and about $5 will buy you a cup of coffee. So take, as I think Dave Ramsey says, the advice is free, and I can't remember how he says it. It's worth as much as it costs. So I think in this case, it is worth. So I think in this case, it is worth as much as it costs. So, but I do really think there is a need for content for creators in our age group. Necessarily, does that give me an advantage or give you an advantage or give anyone an advantage? I don't know. So be sure to stay tuned for the next video in the series, which is going to be talking about creating a viral video and copying it. Does that work? Is this a technique that works for you or will work for you? Well, stay tuned, find out.